Good evening, loves, and welcome to a taste of Lavina, Poetic, Empress, and I'm coming at you with a taste of the wonderful, the legend, the king, Mr. William Washington. Now, to start off, I would like to tell you guys about my books. Deepest Thoughts by Lavina, Expressions by Lavina, and My Dirty Little Secret. They're all available on Amazon.com. And I would also like to inform you guys that September 18th, 2021 at 5:30 p.m., a Taste of Lavina Poetic Empress live at Artscape in Wilmington, Delaware at 5:30 p.m. Hope you guys can join. Romeo Donati, thank you for joining. Let's get this party started. I'm going to invite Mr. Washington in. Let's see. Oops. There it is. Give me a second, guys. Thank you. Making Green, thank you for joining. I appreciate it. Hello, how are you this evening? I have sent my guest a request, just waiting for him to respond. Thank you, guys. Okay. You know what? I'm also going to send him a request on, he might be expecting it from Wawa, from his personal account. Give me 1 second. There we go. Okay. Carla Jean, thank you for joining. How are you doing this evening? So I was saying earlier, September 18th, 2021 at 5:30 p.m. in Wilmington, Delaware at Artscape, I will have a one-woman show, poetry show, a taste of Lavina, Poetic Empress. It would be nice if you guys are in the area, the tri-state area, if you can come and join. Tickets are $10. They're also available on Eventbrite. Thank you. I am well, thank you. How are you? I'm good. I'm glad to hear you're well. Carla Jean, we got to get you on the show one afternoon or one evening. Whenever you're ready. I'm not going to press. And thank you so much for your support. I appreciate it. You also, Romeo Donati, I appreciate you. Thank you. We're just waiting for Mr. Washington to join, you guys. 1 second. Let's see. Okay. Okay. Mr. Washington, I sent you a request. Just waiting on you.
Hey.
Hello. Thank you. Again,
Hi, hey.
Thank you. Welcome to a taste of Lavina, Poetic Empress. And I'm coming at you with the wonderful, the king, the legend, Mr. William Washington. Thank you.
Ashe, my dear. Yeah, Satan tried. My tablet cut off for no
No
reason.
way.
So he tried. I was there all along. Yeah, it just
Oh,
froze.
wow.
So I had to get out and come back in.
Shanice, thank you for
Yeah,
joining.
but you know what? They try.
We appreciate you.
Now I have a delay on my end. Can you hear me well?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay, because I have a delay on my end. I'm gonna put my plugs in and see if that helps. Yes. Satan can try all he wants. We won't let him get us tonight.
Not tonight.
You know? Not tonight. Not tonight. No, no. Satan got to come back some other day.
Mr. William, Carla Jean asked you, how
Let's see
was your
how this.
snack?
College, it was wonderful, wonderful. I actually had a salad. I'm trying to get on this this health thing. Better health is necessary. So I had me a little salad, and it was not gonna lie. Yeah, yeah. Let me see who's in here today. Romeo Donati, I think I saw him. Hello, Collegian. Hello, Shanice. Hello. Hey, wow. Okay, okay. I got a couple of fans. All right, all right. Okay, let me see. You better read the rest. I can't see the names. So yeah. Now I'm gonna leave it alone because I don't want to mess up.
Yes, yes.
I'm gonna leave it alone. How are you, dear? How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Yes,
I'm good.
yes, yes. That's wonderful.
Now,
All right, all right.
we're gonna get started. William Washington is a spoken word artist, storyteller, author, host of One on Poetry. He has performed in numerous cities and in off-Broadway productions. Excuse me. William,
Yes, ma'am.
now I know I'm missing some stuff here. So can you, in your own words, tell me more about yourself and some of the places you performed?
Well, yes, yes. First of all, I'm a black man. Or as they say, male black. So when you're in my position, I'm 62 years of age. I done seen some things. I done been some places. But poetry and spoken word has helped me see places I know I would have never seen, and to meet people I would have never met, like yourself. I met people in London and Germany, Africa, especially since the virus. So poetry has afforded me many gifts, but with that gift comes
Right.
responsibility, and I take that very serious. So anytime I can perform out of New York, Philadelphia is one of my favorite stays.
Mhm.
Uh, Atlanta, I featured at the 2016 Poetry Fest, Black Poetry Fest. Let's see, well, Chicago
Yes.
in 2019 at the Well Spoken December yearly extravaganza. He has four shows. They have four shows, and one extravagant show for each season: summer, spring,
Right.
fall, and winter. I was blessed to feature there right before the pandemic came.
Awesome.
So it was an experience that I would never
Right.
forget. I've been some places. I haven't been as many places as I want to because I want to try to get out west. I want to go out west to places like St. Louis. I've been to Chicago. I want to get to California. That's my
All
dream.
right.
And yeah, but I've done some things off Broadway, like you said. I've done some things. I've done some
Now,
things.
did you enjoy, like, how different is that from performing spoken word and then performing on Broadway or off Broadway production? What was that like?
The thing is, the difference, first of all, is that even when I did my spoken word, I was acting on stage. Anytime I got to an open mic, I've always felt like I was an actor and that I was emoting to the audience. So when I got the opportunity to perform and star at uh, the Black Like Me off Broadway production, this producer was Miss Clark
Mm-hmm.
Clark. One of those clocks have an E
Okay.
at the end. So when I got that opportunity, it really, to me, it was a big difference, but really it was the
Right.
same. The only difference I had was physical, since I suffer from anxiety and
Mm-hmm.
depression, and I'm an epileptic, so certain bright lights bother
Right.
me. It may trigger a seizure. So I had to get used to that. But the thing is, I've always been a performer, so it went right along with what I was
Right.
doing, even on the open mic stage. So once I got over my stage fright, it was like water. To this
Just
day, it's like
flowed.
water. It's natural for me.
It just flowed.
Yeah, yeah,
That's what's
yes.
up. Before we go any further, Carla Jean said, let her know if you come to Denver.
Oh, Collegian, if I come to Denver, I'll probably be staying with you and family. You know, I, Denver ain't a place that I want to go to on my own. I got to stay with the folks, make sure I'm all right, make sure I'm protected. So, just clear out that extra room and I'll be there, you know?
Now, Mr. Washington, what
Yes.
you're a spoken word artist and storyteller. Is there a big difference in being a spoken word
Well,
storyteller?
yeah, I don't claim the spoken word artist. I don't claim that. I claim the spoken storyteller.
Okay.
Earlier in my career, I claimed spoken word artist because that's what everybody said
Right.
I was. But I realized that I was more of a spoken
Okay.
storyteller because even my poems were like I was telling a
Right.
story. I don't have the diction or the mindset like some of these young upcoming artists and some of the elder artists that were in poetry for a
Mhm.
long time. I don't have the metaphors and the similes. I didn't know I didn't know what it
Right.
was until I started getting an open mic. I didn't know what a metaphor was. I didn't know what a simile was. So I don't recite like a spoken word
Mhm.
artist. I think I recite more like an historian or a
Okay.
storyteller. And I claim that. That's what I claim. And that's the
Right.
difference. I tell stories. And let me tell you something, I do it at great sacrifice. Because I would like to be like some of them cats like Obi West and Talam Acey. I would like to be able to spit fire and flames using the same word 4 different times and mean have 4 different meanings in one sentence. I would love to do that, but that's not my
Right.
calling. And I realize that. My calling is to tell stories of black hope, from black bondage to black hope. And and I'm comfortable with that. I have the spirit, the soul of Martin, Malcolm, Megan, you know, and definitely Nina Simone.
Yes.
Our spirits are kindred. I mean, we have kindred spirits. I mean, these people have long gone, but I know that when I recite poetry and spoken word, uh, I feel their presence. So, yeah, that's my calling. So I stick with the spoken
Okay.
storyteller because I'm telling you stories of the
Right.
past in everything that I
Right.
do. Yeah.
Right. Well, I'm hoping we're going to experience some of that tonight. But before I let you
Ooh,
have the mic, when did you start writing?
already?
I
Huh?
said, before I let you have the mic, when did you start writing?
Oh, okay. I was in third grade, so I was 10
Mhm.
years old, and like I said, I went through some things at home. And my teacher, I tell the story in my book. I tell the story everywhere I go. My third, fourth, fifth, and sixth grade teacher, Miss
Mhm.
Skipper, uh, she noticed that I was in trouble at home, and she told me, she said, "Don't cry. Whenever you have issues, write it down, William, because uh, that's your niche. Writing is your niche." And she knew I was a superior writer even at third grade. I was writing on maybe eighth, ninth grade level, even at third grade. So she just said, stick with that. Anytime you feel like crying or you feel sad, get your book and write a story. She didn't
Mhm.
say poem. She said, write a
Right.
story about that. And I've always remembered that like it's
Right.
yesterday. So
That's
yeah,
awesome. That is awesome.
yes,
Wow.
yeah.
Now, for those who have joined, thank you for joining and welcome to a taste of Lavina, Poetic, Empress. And I'm coming at you with the king, the legend, the wonderful Mr. William Washington. Sir, the floor is yours.
Okay, you caught me off guard. But I spoke of Nina
Mhm.
Simone. I haven't done this piece in like a month, but let me get through what I can
Okay.
get through. The late great Nina Simone was my light. She was my love. Whenever I was lonely, I would think of Nina. I would listen to her music. I would see her beautiful black face, a face that represented an unequal race, like the ebony keys on a piano's face. I love Nina Simone. Today, in my time of loneliness, I often ask, where's my Nina Simone? Where's that woman that loved just for me? The woman who would love me unconditionally. The woman who, just because she wants to, would fix me breakfast in the morning. Who, just because she wants to and after breakfast, will allow me to hit it from the back unconditionally. The woman who would turn my broken heart into a happy, happy home. The woman who loved when my aging hands held her hands.
Mm.
The woman who set my heart afire with her every kiss.
Yeah.
That woman who stood by my side as we fought the revolution outside, but when we got inside, we made revolutionary love. And somebody tell me, where's my Nina Simone? Where's my feeling good? Where's my the other woman? Where is my Mississippi goddamn? Would someone please tell me, where is my Nina Simone? Breeze drifting on by. That's how I feel you. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me. And I'm feeling good. Yeah, 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 yeah. I miss Nina Simone. I miss you, Nina. Yeah, come back.
Wonderful.
Yeah,
You are
yeah, yeah.
definitely
Let me see.
true to your word.
Sugar in your bowl. Who said sugar in no? Ain't no sugar in my bowl, college.
I don't.
You better correct
I
that
don't think
one.
they. I don't. They probably didn't mean
I know
that.
she did. I know. I didn't know she meant it like that. College Jean, you know we can't talk like that. Ain't no sugar in this bowl. I'm mucho macho, baby. I'm mucho macho. Don't get it twisted. I'm a meano lion, College Jean. I'm a meano lion. You better know it. She said, "Oh, it's a Nina song. It's a Nina song. Oh, right, sugar in the okay, okay. Please, I apologize, caller. That is a Nina song. Yes, yes. I think I listened to it about a month ago. You are absolutely right. Hey, Carla Jean knows her
Yes,
stuff,
she
man. Carla
does.
Jean, all right.
Yes, she does.
Yes, Yesy Babe said, "It's always I see you, La La Nina."
Hmm. Hmm.
Yes, yes. All right. Carla Jean got me on that one. She said, "Ha ha, love the whiz." Carla Jean be speaking in some real poetic. I gotta think before I figure out
Yes,
what
I
she's
was like, I
saying.
know she didn't mean it in
That,
the
that,
way that it sounds. I
right,
knew that.
right. Sugar in my bowl.
Yeah.
And I never tried to do a piece to that. Being I just heard that like
Hmm.
last month. I will try to write a piece to that, Carla Jean. Yes, yes, yes. Mm. Oh, she said not. Oh, not Lotta. Later. See you later. Yeah, yeah. I figured that. I figured that. Yesy Babe times three. That's an interesting name. Yes, yes. So you see, I spend a lifetime in my later years, my lifetime, always promoting Nina Simone, Martin Malcolm, Megan,
Yes.
and John F. Kennedy, because that's my calling to do. The young people need us elders to remind them or teach them, because a lot of young people, they don't have Black history in the libraries and schools
Right.
anymore. So if we elders don't teach them, they won't know. Sure, they could Google it, but they will never know the pain and
Right.
sacrifice unless it comes from someone who looks
Right.
like them. Then they can believe it. You can't believe sacrifice when you're reading it from a book. It's not the same.
Right.
So that's why I do what I
That's
do.
awesome. Yes, and it comes out. It comes through in
Thank you.
your words, and then in your expression
Thank
when
you.
you recite your poems. It's beautiful.
Thank you. I didn't practice. I didn't practice that one. It was rough, but I got through it.
Yes, you did an excellent job. Thank you. Now, where are some? Wait a minute. Or did you mention that some of the places that you performed? You said that.
Yes,
Okay.
Chicago, Atlanta,
Yes, because you
Philly,
said you.
yeah, Buffalo,
Yes, because you
Albany.
said your dream
Yeah, yeah,
is Los Angeles. Now, why do you want to go to Los
yeah. To get
Angeles?
to the West, because I mean, I vibe with them. I have so many friends that I've met on Instagram or Facebook from the from the
Okay.
West Coast, and many of them have traveled to New York in their poetic journeys, and they stayed with me, whether the hotels were too expensive or whatever the
Right.
case may be. At that time, I had an extra room, so I got to really be one on one with these people from the
Okay.
West Coast and really vibe with them, take them to different arenas and events here in New York
Mm-hmm.
City, and I got to film them while they
Oh, that's
perform. Everybody knows I'm always with my camera
mm-hmm.
filming things. I'm not a photographer, but I love to film people performing, poets
Right.
performing. And so I got to film these people, and I really love their vibe. I want to go to the West Coast and do some poetry with some music playing behind me, the palm trees and all that stuff. I want that
Yes,
too, you know?
most
Yeah,
definitely.
yeah.
Now, are you? Oh, you know what?
I beat you to it. I know. I beat you to it. Yes, yes.
The
Thank you.
Nigger
And thank you
Chronicles,
so much.
the
Yes,
mispronunciation of who you are. What
yes,
inspired
ma'am.
this book?
So in my poetic journey, when I started getting on open mics and performing, I use that word a lot when I'm angry. That's my choice cuss word. But I also have feelings when I see my young people using it. It hurts. Now I know it sounds hypocritical to say I use the word when I'm angry, but yet get upset when I hear young people use
Mm-hmm.
the word. So in my trials, I always wanted to write a book. So about a year before I decided to write the book, I went around every venue, every place, every school, every college, reciting nigger poems.
Okay.
Now you know of a college that you use it, I'm doing it, and middle schools, I'm doing it in a
Okay.
positive way. So I promoted that word because I wanted to tell people if you're going to use the word, know from whence
Right.
it came. If you're going to use the word, name, title, slur, because that's what nigga is. Name, word. It's a title of strength, of kingliness and queenliness. That's our original
Exactly.
titles, niggas, nagoose, and and it's a slur because the kids use it. People who are against us use it against
Right.
us. I won't get too deep into all that stuff. It's only a half an hour show, but so I wanted to try to, in my own way, to write an autobiography, but yet also write about that word name, title, slur, and how I got from under that
Right.
umbrella because I considered myself a king at
Right.
birth, but then the ways of life turned me into that nigga. I was doing some things in life I never would want to do or
Mm-hmm.
condone. But as an elder now, I'm away from that. I'm once again a negus, a negus. I'm a king, and so yeah, I wanted just to show the difference. That's why I spelled it Nigger
Right.
on the
Right.
book. Um, I was on a podcast and the host asked me, "Well, I noticed you didn't spell it Nigga or Niggh," and I was telling them I wanted to show the
Right.
difference. Because our kids use Niggah as a term of
Right.
endearment. And I wasn't knocking them for that, but I just wanted to use the word that I
Exactly.
remember being called.
Right.
So yeah.
That's what's up. Now,
Oh, let me see what the
okay.
people say. Oh, yeah. Oh, yes, yes, babe. Tansy said, "I'm a king." Okay, facts. Okay, all right. Thank you. Oh, Nima L, the great Nima
Oh,
L is
thank you,
here.
Nima, for
Yes, you
joining.
featured her yesterday. Yes. I don't think it should. Yes. Okay. Yes, babe. You're absolutely right. You don't. If you feel like it shouldn't be used, you're right. But what I always tell people, especially when I'm talking to young people, sometimes we have to speak their language to get across to
Right.
them. And I'll just leave it at that. Sometimes you have to speak the language because, like I said, when I'm at colleges and schools, I like to think I can speak very well. And blood brother Mike is in the house, and they implore me to use the word. They want their students to hear what I have to
Right.
say because they know that the students do use that as a term of endearment. And as elders, we can always tell them, you better not say that word. Don't you say that word. The more you
Mm-hmm.
say that, the more they will use that
Right.
word. So that's my goal. That was my goal to compromise with the young, compromise with these 20-year-olds and 15-year-old people, and debate with them, have a conversation with them. And that's why the book is titled The
Uh-huh.
Mispronunciation of Who I
Okay.
Am, because our life is a song. When you sing, you enunciate.
Exactly.
And the black life is like a song. It's like an old Negro song that takes twists and turns throughout the
Right.
centuries. You know, chains may hold us back, but chains can't stop us from speaking, from singing, that language of freedom. So that's why I do it. All right. But now I don't use that word. But if you get me mad, I'm going to use that word. And if you hear me use that word, these hands is coming.
Right.
These old broken up old hands is coming. But I'm good. I'm good. Yes. I digress. I'm
It's
sorry.
okay. You're good. You're good.
Yes. Yes.
You're good. Now, Mr. Washington, would you please recite? Do you have another poem for us?
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Yay, yo, yay, yo, yay, yo, yay, yo. Lord, send it to me. If you send it to me, I would change. I wouldn't be half a man, I'd be whole. Never again will I cry myself a river where loneliness flows. Send her to me, and I will walk up every layer of the atmosphere and dive to the bottom of the sea. Never shall I breathe until I find she. God, I would change. I would cherish her like she was the jewel that I could never afford. Love her till the earth turns no more. Soar like an eagle, even though I'm the bird that was afraid to fly. A, I will adore her. B, I will bask in her beautifulness. C, caress her. And only for her will I repeat my A, B, C's again and again and forever. Although she knows me not yet, I will introduce myself to her with a kiss. My kiss will rip open her cold and bitter heart. My lips will open spaces she swore to never unlock. Her love will make me a better man. Her love will be the foundation on which I stand. I will grow to be the tallest 5'8" man that ever walked this land, but please understand that my love will only grow inside of she. With ears to hear, eyes to see, nose to breathe, mouth to speak, she is my verb to be. She loves me. Oh, Father God, I love her, but we just can't find we. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. I love her, Father God. Send her to me. Yay, yo, yay, yo, yay, yo, yay, yo. Lavina, help me. Yay, yo, yay, yo, yay, yo, yay, yo.
Beautiful.
Now y'all know I
Beautiful.
forgot that piece. I forgot all that piece, but
It was still, it was beautiful.
no,
You know,
yeah. Well, I wasn't planning on doing that piece, but
it's,
thank you
I'm
so much.
telling you,
Thank you. Yeah.
I'm so relaxed. I'm so enjoying you performing tonight.
Oh,
Thank
thank you.
you. And the
Thank
audience
you. Thank
also,
you.
the
You know,
hearts are going up. You have
thank you. I've been performing so much spoken word and pieces of that matter that I don't often get to do my love pieces. So sometimes I forget if I don't study them. And you know, I was supposed to be on your show tomorrow, so I would have had a whole night to study them. But
well, doing a pop-up
you know,
show
thank
and
you so much.
myself, I'm just,
Yes.
there's so much going on. And with me preparing for the show that's coming up in September, and I
Yes.
just moved, it was just too much tomorrow. I just
Congratulations.
think,
Congratulations.
yeah,
Huh.
it was just too
Mm.
much. So that's why I had to move it up. And it was definitely a pop-up
Yes.
show tonight.
Oh, and don't worry, I'm not upset. Sometimes you have to push it. We have to push it. As a poet, a spoken word artist, sometimes we're not ready, but we have to from the heart. If we speak from the heart, it will still get out almost like we wanted it
Yes,
to. You know, so I'm thankful
yes,
for that.
yes.
You know, and thankful all these guys for understanding.
Yeah.
Y'all know I'm getting gray in the tooth now. If I don't practice, I don't remember sometimes. You
Yes.
know. Well,
So, but it was excellent, excellent. Uh,
in that piece, in that first poem, the line was soar like an eagle, even though I'm the bird that was afraid to fly. A, I will adore her. Yeah, there it is. So it comes back. You
yes.
know, it
And
comes back.
everyone
Uh,
enjoyed it. They're saying you did good, excellent. Yes. So you're
uh,
getting
well,
some nice, nice.
the people that know me know I screwed up, but that's all right. They love it anyway. You know, so.
Yes, yes. Nice, nice.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, what's next for Mr. Washington?
Well, you know, I mean, I got my shots. I got both my shots. So, what I'm planning on doing is taking I would say a tour, a
Mhm.
poetic tour. I'm gonna hit places like Cincinnati, Ohio. My poetic brother, I call him my poetic
Mhm.
brother-in-law, Romeo Donati. He lives out there. So, and he's come to New
Okay.
York. So he wants to return the favor. So I'll come out there first stop, maybe 3 days, and try to hit as many places as
Mhm.
I can. Chicago is next in line, and then St.
Okay.
Louis. St. Louis, I really want to get to there. I've seen some of their poetry shows, and it's amazing. I definitely want to get back there. And then from St. Louis, I hope and plan to continue north. I mean west. You know, and get to
Okay.
LA. You know, many people know I suffer from anxiety and depression, so I don't get on planes anymore. But since we survived the pandemic, so far so good. I told myself if I can get past this pandemic, I have nothing to be afraid of. I'm going to get on that plane
Yes,
again. You know,
yes.
even if I got to take a pill or something to knock me out, I will be there. I will knock out with Pampers on. I'll make sure if I got to go pee pee too bad, I'll be. I'm gonna sleep through the whole trip. You know, so
That is too
yeah,
cute.
yeah.
That is,
No, that ain't cute. That's real. That's real. I'm gonna have me some Depends on just in case that thing knocks me out for 5 hours. I ain't getting up.
that is
I'm saying
all.
right there. Until yeah, yeah. Oh, thank you, Romeo. Nima L said, Mr. T. Uh, Nima L, you better stop. More like saber tooth. Man, I don't even know what these people talking about. I'm not gonna even try. Some of these things, I'm looking at them with a cross eye, like, what? Who you calling saber tooth?
Are
Let me
you
leave that
sure you're
alone.
seeing
I
that
don't know
right,
what's
Mr.
going on.
Washington?
Yeah, somebody said more like saber tooth. That's my brother. What's his name? Wordplay for you
Uh-huh.
to hear. I don't know what they talking about. I'm gonna do like Bernie Mac say, leave me alone. You know. All right. Don't you wish your grandpa looked hot like me? You know what I'm saying? Come on now.
Oh,
Yeah,
that
yeah,
is too
yeah.
cute. That's too funny.
I tell you. Yeah, yeah, but that's basically it. Because the Broadway things will
Hmm.
come back. It's coming back, the off Broadway things,
Hmm.
I should say. And that might be a goal of mine too, to definitely to maybe make it to a Broadway
Okay.
stage. I'm definitely writing screenplays. I write a lot of stage plays. People don't know this. I write a lot of stage plays. I've been blessed with um, certain producers paying me money for certain words, certain poems that
Right.
I've written. So yeah, I'm a
Oh, that's
ghostwriter
awesome.
unofficially. I'm a ghostwriter. So yeah,
Okay.
yeah, and it's a blessing. So whether they use it or not in the
Hmm.
actual play, I still get paid. You dig? So it's a blessing. It's not lucrative, not
Right.
yet, because
But
it's not. But it's just an achievement that I thought I would never reach. To have strange people come up to me and say, "I saw you perform on off Broadway. I love the pieces you do. Can you write something for us, or can we use that
right.
poem?" Hey, it's
That's
amazing.
awesome.
It's great.
Yeah, that is
Yeah, yeah.
awesome. Poetry has definitely opened some doors for you.
Yeah, man. People used to say poets can't get paid. And I've always thought that was a
Right.
lie because poets may not get a lot, on these stages and stuff, but most poets become authors. That's the income right
Right.
there. Most poets travel to different cities, and that's the
Right.
income right there. Most poets can cook, or they are great painters. They have crafts and things that they can sell. So that opens up a whole door of entrepreneurship
Right.
that money is flowing
Right.
in, money that these poets would not
Hmm.
have had. It's not taxable money. It's money they're making hand to hand
Right.
to hand. So when people say, "Oh, you can't make no money," I beg to
Wow.
differ. I've seen guys, poets, star on Arsenio, get a gig on
Hmm.
Arsenio and other big shows, Steve Harvey shows. I've seen poets do this. I've seen
Right.
them on TV. So I know poets can make some money.
Exactly. Because I
You
was going to
know,
say at one
yeah,
time between 1970 and 2015, poetry was booming and a lot of people were getting paid big
yes,
money for performing. And I
yes,
believe
yes,
that the poet Amanda Gorman, I believe her name is, who spoke at the White
yes,
House, God used her to open the door for us again. So I believe that money
yeah,
is going to roll in for all of us.
yeah.
So,
Yeah, I'm older. I'm older, and I appreciate that young lady so much. She is such a wonderful poet, and she's been doing it for a minute at her
right,
young age. But I go back more like to somebody who I first looked up to was Miss Sunny
hmm,
Patterson. I believe she's out of Atlanta now, but Sunny Patterson is enormous. Still is an enormous poetic
hmm,
star. She's been on news shows doing her pieces. She's been in front of presidents speaking and reciting. She brought that neo Afro. strong, powerful woman type, queen type poetry back, poetry back to the world of poetry. Because at that time, poetry was lost in the eroticism and the anger on both ends. If you wasn't spitting a powerful spoken word piece where you were cussing the man like F America, or you was on the far spectrum of eroticism with the body parts and things like that. Sonny, at that time, that was the erotica, not so much, but the vulgar language that comes with spoken word sometimes was taken over. But at that time, Sonny Patterson came in with her unique style. When you see people like Erica Badu and all these people, they learned from
Right.
Sonny Patterson. They've listened to her poetry, her style of
Mm-hmm.
dress. I mean, it was just amazing. And she brought something beautiful to
Right.
poetry, yet
Right.
strong. Because Sonny Patterson looked like a beautiful goddess, African goddess on
Right.
stage. She would have her baby in a baby carriage while she's performing
Right.
on stage. But if you listen to her words, it cut you like a knife, like the sharpest knife. Oh, she had a mouth, and she didn't have to curse, but her words were so powerful and piercing. It just changed the whole specter of spoken word. Women who were sitting on the couch at home, or who was trying to find themselves, didn't know what they wanted to do, stuck at their 9 to 5 with no recreation,
Right.
no fun, started turning out in droves. They started listening to
Right.
Sonny Patterson, and they started writing. They started changing their look. They started emulating and putting out a godliness that was in them
Right.
all along.
Exactly.
So from Sonny Patterson, you had Georgia Me. You had so many other people just come. And Sonny didn't just inspire the women. She inspired many men also. But I'm speaking in terms for the women. Sonny Patterson was that trailblazer, is that trailblazer. So look her up, people. Follow her. She has a Facebook page. I'm not sure what it is, but just type in Sonny with an I at the end. Sonny Patterson. And yeah, yeah, you're gonna learn tonight. You type her, you're gonna learn tonight. You know what I'm saying? Because I learned. We all learned. Hello,
Thank
Lyric
you.
Lover. Lyric Lover's in the house. Yeah. Lyric Lover's in the house, and she featured on my show, One on Poetry. Did an amazing job.
Thank you for
Beautiful
joining.
siren
Thank
with
you.
beautiful, beautiful poetry. Yes, yes, yes. She's Oh, okay. I was way up the top. No wonder I was missing these comments. I'm way. Oh, sorry, y'all. No wonder I didn't see him. I was way at the top looking at some stuff that ain't had nothing to do with me no more. You know? Yeah. I'm sorry. Don't pay me no mind, Miss Host. Ask him a question. I'm trying to multitask. So yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, man, this is fun. I'm on the other end. I never, very seldom am I on the other end. You
Yes, you're
know.
always interviewing people.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Yes, Brandon Leak. Yes, the great Brandon Leak. I think that's one of the names I was looking for about the performing on Arsenio. I believe. I'm not sure, but thank you, thank you. Oh wow, these people. Your room is so informative. People really. I mean, I'm loving this.
That's
I'm
what's
loving this,
up.
man. Wow.
I'm glad you're enjoying
Yeah.
yourself. And the information you're giving
Yeah.
about the history of poetry is totally awesome. So thank you, thank you, thank you.
I, I don't know every. Yes, I don't know everything. I know a little bit of
Hmm.
everything.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So
But it
yeah.
helps. Yeah.
Hey, for poets and spoken word artists, you have to study. If you don't study, there's no way you can get up there on that stage and really do the best that you can do, because if you make something up, there's somebody in that audience that's going to know that you're wrong or that you're
Right.
lying. If you plagiarize, there's somebody in that audience that's going to know who originally said that
Hmm.
line. So you have to study. We all use, there's nothing new under the sun. So we all use words that someone else might have said before
Right.
us, but we have to honor them and respect them in terms of not reciting it exactly like
Right.
they did. I love Sonny Patterson. I use some of her
Hmm.
phrasing, but I tried to change the words because like I said, people, this poetry thing is worldwide. You say the wrong thing, it's gonna get back. I don't ever want Sonny writing a poem about me like that dirty dude from New York City plagiarized my poem.
Right.
So there was a line I think real quickly. There's a line that said in one of the poems that I'm writing
Hmm.
actually. Um, Her skin was baked in red clay. Her name be Georgia Me, and she give birth to prince and princess, sons and daughters. So blessed our urine can purify water.
Mm.
And that's a phrasing that you would hear Sonny Patterson
Okay.
say. But what I did, I just changed the
Right.
words. So I can still use her her delivery, her and some of her words, but I changed it
Right.
into mine. But that actual phrasing of the words when she say it, that rhythm, that's Sonny
Okay.
Patterson. When you hear her say sons and daughters, contaminate our food and water,
Okay.
that's her line. So what I did was I say, and I'm speaking of Georgia Me when I said, so I threw in a plug to a great artist, Georgia Me. I said her skin baked in red clay,
Okay.
and her name be Georgia Me, and she give birth. You know what I'm saying? So you can play on words, poets, but we got to be truthful and make sure we don't plagiarize. And sometimes you can plagiarize without even
Wow.
knowing it, because there's nothing new under the
Nothing.
sun. So we have to do our homework. We
Yeah.
have to study. We have to study to see who said that first. And now with Google, you could type your words in, and it might come up with that poet's
Wow.
name. So if you type in a word to your line and you think that you're doing something, and Google tells you Sonny Patterson or this person or that person or Brandon Leak, you know not to use that line because they've already
Right.
said it. But you can use it if you change the
Wow.
words.
Okay.
You know, you change some of the words, you can use it.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. Thank you. Now, Mr. Washington, before we go, and I want to know, would you have one other poem for us, and would you like to say something to the audience?
Yes. Okay. I don't know what poem I'm gonna do, but I'll
Okay.
figure something out. But and I'm gonna butcher it. I'm gonna tell the audience now. I'm gonna butcher this last piece. Um, but I will tell the people. First of all, I want to thank all these people that come out to these
Yes.
shows because you support me. That gives me the strength to carry on what I do and support you because support begets support. So all these people on the line today that I can't see without my glasses, when you feature or you have a show, I will be there on the show. I may not spit, but I will be there in the chat typing things and supporting you. So support begets support. And I just want to tell you that I love you guys. Prince, that's his name. Prentice Powell. That's who was on the Arsenio show. I knew it.
Okay.
Prentice Powell. Yes. And you know, Prentice is an awesome dude, but I don't think he had anything
No.
after that. When he did that
Hmm.
piece, I don't think any piece that he's done after that could touch
Oh,
what he
wow.
did because you could never touch that. He was on the Arsenio show,
Hmm.
killing it. And yeah, man,
That's what's
yeah.
up.
Thank you, Romeo. Yeah, yeah. Thank you, Romeo. Support begets. Yes, Collar Jean. Yes, yes. Brandon, yeah, Brandon Leak was the winner on America's Got Talent. Thank you, beautiful reflections. Oh yes, and you see how this show has
Hmm.
educated just from a simple
Yes.
interview. We got people typing in, finding out facts and
Yes.
figures. The system. That's the one that Prentice
Very
called it. The
informative.
system. That's my favorite piece. And he was one of the first guys I've heard use that electronic type thing in his
With
poetry. Like whip it, whip it, whip it, whatever he
right.
was doing. I just thought that was so unique. And Arsenio thought that was unique too because he was on Arsenio's show. And like I said, he killed
Hmm.
it. Come on now. That's a door that he opened for so many of us. That's why I say poets can make money. Don't let nobody tell you poetry ain't gonna get you paid or you can't make no money being a poet. You have to be not afraid to ask. So the next time somebody features you and you think you are of that talent that you can ask to be
Right.
paid, especially if it's at a show where they're collecting money
Hmm.
at the door, you stand your ground and you tell that host, if you want my services, it's going to cost you X and X amount of
Yes.
dollars. And even if that host says, well, now I'll get somebody else, then you let them get somebody else. You tell them Ashe and you walk your ass out the door. Because if you don't stand your ground, you'll fall for everything. So with these hosts and stuff, they pay the MCs, the DJs, they pay them rawly. They pay the comedians, they pay the singers. They try to get away with paying everybody but the
Hmm.
poet. And the poet many times is the ones that's turning it
Right.
out. The poet is up there doing humans
Exactly.
work, and we're doing it from the heart and the mind. We don't have a band behind us most times or instrument to play, or we weren't born with a singer's voice. So you may lose some money, but you will gain respect and you'll gain honor amongst even from
Right.
within. I had to learn that the hard way. I said no to a lot of gigs, but the gigs that came to me was the gigs I needed to be. colleges, big churches. Yeah, that's right. I cuss, but them churches love what I do. And I cuss sometimes, but when it's appropriate, I write appropriate
Right.
material. So, and I learned to not to be afraid to say how much I'm worth. And I learned that from a poet from Louisiana,
Mm-hmm.
New Orleans. I don't know if y'all know him, but at the time he was going by the name of Hero 44. This man was phenomenal throughout the Midwest. He still is. I think he goes by the name of Ro Wright, R-O Wright, W-R-I-G-H-T. He's a minister. His father's a minister. But this guy is phenomenal, and he taught me something. He's younger than
Right.
me, but he taught me something when he came here to New York. He said, William, don't ever be afraid to ask for money. You're doing a lot of stuff for free that I would do to get
Mm-hmm.
paid. He sat me down and told me that. This guy's like 20 years younger than I am, 30 years younger than I am. But I learned. I've under be quiet
Right.
and listen. So I'm telling these people, don't be afraid to ask for your worth. And that's it. And I want to thank you guys once again for coming out tonight. Oh, I don't know what I should do. Uh, oh, okay. You know, Father's Day just passed. And I was reminded of something I saw on
Mm-hmm.
Instagram. I think it was a meme, but I'm not sure because the visualization was of real people. So there was a mother talking to her neighbor while her daughter was playing with a doll, and the father was fixing the daughter's bicycle. Now the neighbor said, I just think this is so beautiful how your daughter loves her
Mm-hmm.
father. The little girl interrupted and said, that's not my father. My father's in jail. I love my father.
Wow.
And it just touched me so much. The stepdaddy just continued working on the bike. He didn't even turn around. And it touched my soul so much. I wanted to reach out through this apparatus and say, young lady, stay in your lane. Stay in
Mm-hmm.
your place. Because if that man could love your mother and love you like you were his
Yes.
own, if he can come in and add to your shelter, the food in your stomach, the clothes on your back,
Yes.
you color that man father.
Yes.
You color that man love.
Yes.
And I will tell you that I didn't have a father that I knew of. I never knew my father. So I was bullied and teased as a child, taunted because of my complexion so dark. Insecurities and nightmares shaded in black. So many nights I cried, I didn't even have to go to ask God why. In my dreams, I would go down by the riverside. This riverside made more wide by the tears I did cry. My riverside is now an ocean blue. I would go down to the shores and collect all the rocks, all except the black rocks. For like the nigger taunts and the nigger teased, that black rock looked just like me. This I said should never be, so I threw that rock into the sea. The rock would skip across the ocean waves like a surfer rise the mightiest of tides. With each skip, my insecurities, with each skip, my nightmares would subside. With each skip, nigger died. Skip one untied the noose from around that black man, that black slave's neck, and place a name on that unmarked grave. Free man, free woman. Skip two, erase the ignorance that is slavery. And some of us are still slaves, niggas by any other name. Skip 3 and 4 is the greed that sent many black like me to the grave. A generation of greed fills this old smoking room. Skip 5 is the evil that lives within you and I. An evil that surely must die. Skip 6 is race, racism, race exploitation, quoted by today's Republican rule. Our own children don't represent us with their sagging and bagging pants. They look more like the featured act like Ringling Brothers and bottom belly suckers. Are you wrong or are you right? Are you peace or are you fight? Are you black or are you white? Let that last letter R be followed by an exclamation mark. You see that black rock that noose around my neck so tight it wouldn't allow the blood to flow to my brain, allowing you to call me nigga by any other name? That nigga I must die. And it starts with I. So I let nigga go and I let God be God. Now that black rock titled nigga's who I used to be. Nigga is a rock I threw into the sea. Good night. Thank you.
Mr. Washington, thank you
Ashe.
so much. Oh my
Ashe.
God. You are amazing. You are
Thank you.
amazing.
Uh,
Oh,
thank you. Only on Wednesdays, Monday, and Fridays. Thank you so
ladies and
much. Thank you so
gentlemen,
much. Thank you, people. I love you.
ladies and gentlemen,
Yeah.
thank you. This has been a taste of Lavina, Poetic, Empress. with a taste of the
Yes.
king, the legend, the wonderful Mr. William Washington. I don't know about anybody else, but I felt that in my spirit. I have a question
Thank
before
you.
we
Thank you so
go. If
much.
you
Yes.
could
Yes.
possibly do Unity,
Ooh. Okay, okay.
if
I'm gonna
you
try
could
now. I
try,
didn't. I wanted to do that piece, but I didn't. I didn't
and I
study it.
promise
So
that's the last one, and we'll go ahead and close it out.
no, no, no. I can go all night. But before I do Unity, I just want to remind you because I didn't at the end of that
Okay.
poem is anybody who has a stepfather in their life that's doing right, color that man father, color that man love.
Yes.
And UNITY was the very first piece I've ever done without reading my books from my books. Everybody that know me know I used to walk around with a knapsack full of composition notebooks with poems on everything. And a young man, 19 years old, told me, Mr. Washington, don't read. You know that poem. Okay, I wish that young man was here today because I know I'm gonna forget. But I mean, he's still alive. I might need that inspiration. But UNITY. UNITY is the reason the late Gil Scott Heron word stays on my mind. The reason Nikki Giovanni poems line the skies. The reason the last poets will always be the first poets in my mind. UNITY is why I can call you my brother, even though when we was young you punched me in my eye. Woman, it was UNITY that led us to holy matrimony. And when you cheated on me with that other guy, it was UNITY that kept your pretty ass alive. Why did my mother, sister, and brother have to die? Oh, but they're up there in the sky singing, UNITY. Somebody said there's dissension in the land of poetry. This I said should never be. For if you sharpen your pen and stick it in me, let the blood that I bleed be the ink of poetry. And let my dripping blood spell unity, UNITY. Let my words echo through the land. Stop the violence between pen and man. Talk about peace and love if you can. I pray for understanding of the words written in ink. Let ink hide the hatred amongst men. Let ink be the transfusion that keeps poetry alive. And let ink heal the wounds that cause us to die. Snap with me, y'all. Come on, snap with me. Come on, Lavina, snap with me. Gil Scott Heron words stays on my mind. Nikki Giovanni poems line the sky. And the last poets will always be the first poets in my mind. Stop. UNITY, unity. Come on, Lavina. Amongst you and I, in poem, in poem, in poem, unity. I say. Thank you, dear. Oh, thank you. I'm so glad you asked me to
Thank
do that.
you.
Wow, thank
Yes.
you so much, man.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
It has
Wow.
definitely,
Um,
definitely been a pleasure to have you on the show.
Summer Rose.
You bring a
Thank you, dear. Thank
whole
you.
different vibration. Um, what do I want
Yes,
to call it?
thank you.
It's
Thank
like
you.
you said, with the ancestors and the history and the knowledge and just the sharing of yourself. It just, all of it is.
Thank
Thank
you.
you for bringing all
Thank
of
you
you
so
to the
much.
party.
Thank you so much. And let me just say, I think that's why I'm so accepted in New York because I wasn't born with that dictionary tongue that these younger people have, where they know 1,000 metaphors. I was only born with what comes from my heart, and that's the spirit of Nina Simone, Martin, Malcolm, Mega,
And
and
the
John F. Kennedy,
ancestors.
and the ancestors first. But so never be afraid to, you know how people say, "Oh, you sound old fashioned" and all
You
that.
are.
I say thank you. When they tell me that, I say
Yeah.
thank you. You know, because it means a lot for me to be old
Thank
fashioned,
you
to
all.
remind these young people of what happened and what's going to happen if they don't learn. Yes, babes times three. Yes, yes. College Jean, thank you. Oh man, so many people. Summer Rose Poet is in the house. Thank you so much. I want to thank each and every one
Yes.
of you. You know, Carolyn, the creative corner is in the house. I thank you so much, man. You know, I can go all night. I'm warmed up now. Wait a
Babe
minute.
Time 3, thank you, sweetie, for
Oh,
joining. And thank you all.
yes, yes.
Thank you
Thank you so much,
all.
man.
And Mr. William,
Yes,
Mr.
yes,
Washington, words of
yes,
encouragement
ma'am.
for the people before I close us out?
I was just telling people, no matter how dark it may get, no matter how many things we see on TV or on the radio that says that the world is going to shit, remember that there is a light at the end of every tunnel. And if we stick together, if we bring the world together as poets, if we bring the world together, the world will be
Yeah.
a better place and the sun will shine again. So through this pandemic, through this storm, always remember that poets have the power. So continue writing and continue loving. God
Yes.
bless you.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Again, this is a taste of Lavina, Poetic, Empress,
Empress,
with the taste of
yeah.
the king, the legend,
Yeah.
the wonderful Mr. William Washington. And ladies and gentlemen, you can catch him
Woo.
weekdays at 7 p.m. on live on Instagram. Thank you so much, Mr. Washington.
One
One
on
on
poetry.
poetry.
One on
Did I
poetry.
say one
Yeah,
on
yes,
one?
yes. Thank you so
I
much.
apologize.
No, you didn't say anything. You just said no, no, that's it. One on
One
poetry.
on
Thank you
poetry.
so much, dear. And you have grown by leaps and bounds. I remember your very first show, and I knew you was gonna be a star, but you are really in that direction. You are really getting there. I love your
Thank you.
attire. I love that vibe that you give off. And you saw I wore a
Yes,
shirt
I
today.
appreciate
I
it.
said, well, I'm gonna be on
You know I
Lavina's show.
love it.
I got to
I
wear a
love it.
shirt. Yeah, I said,
Very
okay.
handsome.
You
You know
know,
I love that.
you know, I'm gonna take it off. I got my T-shirt waiting for me. I'm gonna take this off in a minute. Thank you
Thank
so much.
you.
Thank you, dear. Thank you
I
for having me.
appreciate you.
Yes, yes. All right. I sign
Yes,
myself out now. Is that the part where I
yes,
sign
sir.
myself out? Bye bye, everyone. Love you all. God bless you. All right.
Thank you again, ladies and gentlemen, for joining. Next Tuesday at 10 p.m., we will have the Silent Poet at 10 p.m. It's strictly for the grown and sexy. I will see you guys all then. Thank you so much. Mwah. I love you, and I'll see you soon. Good night.